We have our proofreader, Kathy, and she looks over all the different stories and ads and everything that comes through and makes sure that it's in proper grammar form and things are spelled correctly and everything like that, so it's a nice, solid newspaper article and a good, solid newspaper. Here's what we see, red marks. That means something had to be corrected. Here's another proofreader, Sandy Miners, and she's talking with Heidi, and she is our front desk person. And she does a lot of the typesetting and getting stories and stuff together for people, and she answers the phone. She also works in the Verndale office, and so you might see her there if you stop by the Verndale office sometime. And she's shy on the camera, so she won't say anything, but that's okay.
I enjoy going around. I love going to my customers and seeing them, and I think it's kind of nice that we still offer that service, that we can go and actually approach, see them face to face, listen to their concerns and wants and needs, and I think that's a better way to do business than just always doing it over the internet. Then you're just another number, and I just like the personal touch. So that's it.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Making ads is part of the newspaper process. And here our ad designer Maria is working on a year in business ad. And we do all of the ads and everything on the computer screen. And then we print those out later to be proofread and looked over. It takes a creative eye to come up with different ways of looking at the same sort of thing. And Maria does a great job of it. Now here is Heidi putting together a picture with a cut line and a headline. And the cut line is the information that is located below the photo. The headline is the information that is located above the photo. And sometimes it gets a little confusing, but if you just remember the cut line is below and the headline is at the head. That should help you remember that. And then she logs that in and saves that so that we can find it when we need to put it on a page. And this is, of course, all done on the computer also. You might be asking yourself how this, different papers and different stories, just loose, become this. Well, it's called pagination, and we do that all on our computers. We used to do it a cut and paste method where we would cut every column out. This would be a column. This is another column. All these would be cut out and then pasted by hand onto a layout sheet. It was a lot of work, but that's what we did. A page, when it's finished, looks like this. And this is before it goes into, or to the press. We send all of the pages by PDF, which is a file format that we use, and they're all sent to the pressman, or to the press, and then they're all printed on a big machine, which you'll see in a little bit. Okay, this is the Verndale Sun front page as it looks on our computer before it is printed and before it goes to the press. And now she's going to show you how an article is put in to the paper. And this green area here is where she will be doing that. First she'll go and she'll make her page a little bit bigger so she can see better, because it gets to be hard when you're working in a small screen. Even a large screen, it's a lot of work for your eyes. And so she goes to the place where we keep the stories, and that is the stories folder. Convenient. And she picks out the story that she wants, and this one happens to be about a couple of people who were arrested for some drug charges, I believe. And so she will pick that story up, and Heidi showed us yesterday how in the other video how she puts together the headline and then the information below, the cut line, and then in this one there happens to be a little bit of a story too. So now she'll grab that and then she will drag that to the other page and it will be on there. Now she has to do a little bit with the sizing and stuff, and she'll show you how she does that. Moves the headline around. And then she'll resize the pictures and the different parts of the story, because they're all in pieces, because it makes it a lot easier to work with it if it's in pieces. And there she's highlighting the headline to make it larger to fit the space. Doing a little tweaking so it looks real good. Easy to read. And that's the main thing that we want. We want people to be able to open up the newspaper or pick up the newspaper and it be easy to read, easy to understand. And it takes work. You know, it doesn't happen by accident. It takes a lot of work. And there she's resizing the photos. And we can do that all right in the program that we use, which is called InDesign, which is real convenient too. Otherwise we'd have to go back into Photoshop and redo the pictures until they fit what size we wanted. And so it's a real nice program that works real good for what we use it for. And we're filming in the Clarissa office for the Independent News Herald. We also put the Verndale Sun paper together here in this office. A lot of the work takes place down in Verndale. There's 3 days a week that someone is at the office there. On Tuesdays it's Matt Gans, which you've probably met him a time or two, coming around and taking pictures of various things. We also have Maria, who does the ads, and then Heidi, who I introduced you to yesterday, or in the earlier video, who also does, you know, layout, different typing, different things like that. So. And when we make a mistake, we can Control Z or Command Z and it goes away. And that is a benefit of doing things on the computer screen, because when we made mistakes before, we had to pull it off the page and then retype it or whatever, and then cut it out and paste it again. So, and that's how you would lay that article onto the page. And then can you just show us the whole page again? And there's how it will look on the whole page. And I'll show you later, when the page is published, how that looks when you see it in person. So, thank you, and that's the end of this part.
There you go.
Well, I'll give you a little narration. This is our pressman, Dave, and he's going to get the press ready to do some printing on envelopes. We do this kind of printing here at the Independent News Herald office. We do it for the Ferndale Sun and for Independent News Herald and anybody who needs some printing jobs done. And this is how it works. Press grabs the envelope and it sends it through. And you can't see it very well, but on that roll, it says Star Bank. He's printing envelopes for the bank. Then when he's done, the envelopes come out back here. And this is kind of a small version of the press that would be used for printing the newspaper. And of course the rolls of paper are much bigger. You probably wouldn't be running envelopes through there very often, but we'll see that in a later video. So thank you, Dave.